Hello everybody, welcome to today's live stream. I am really excited to be back after a break last week. Very excited to see all of you here today. And you know, really it's been a pretty productive week or two. I want to hear all about you guys today as well, how everything's been going with each of you. You know, what projects you've been up to. So today we are doing a Vid Iq tutorial specifically related to YouTube keyword research and how this relates to the content that you're producing. We want to talk about your titles today and how important they are. And we're going to use this keyword research tool built into vidIQ that really can give you kind of that edge, that advantage in creating your content. So we are going to do also some Q&A as well. I'm going to aim to keep this live stream a little bit tighter and a little bit more snappy and jump from thing to thing as well. So today we really want to talk about vidIQ's keyword inspection tool. This is a tool that's super handy, and it is built into some of the other items that you can use as well. You can use TubeBuddy, you can use 𝗕𝗨𝗕𝗦𝗕𝗦. They all have these similar tools, but personally, after using TubeBuddy for a long time and then switching to using vidIQ, and I did use vidIQ a little bit along the way, but I didn't use it enough. And when I really started to dive into what vidIQ had to offer, I realized for me, it was the much better tool. So we're going to be diving into that. I'm going to be doing a live tutorial of that and kind of the features that you will be able to use in vidIQ. It's too large of a program to comprehensively cover everything today. So today I really want to just focus in on that YouTube keyword research tool. And I figured we could have a little bit of Q&A to start. It's been a couple weeks since I saw everybody, so it would be nice to just have a chance to chat and a chance to catch up a little. Then we're going to go into the tutorial, and then we'll do some more Q&A at the end. Next week, my plan, since it's been about a month since we did live channel reviews, next week we're going to do some live channel reviews again. So I want to just kind of welcome in some people here. I know there's not too many right now, but as we get going here, I'm sure there'll be more people joining us. So Alexia, I know you've been waiting for a while. It's great to see you as always, my friend. And I'm really happy you're here. Sandy Patrol, Sandy, I always appreciate seeing you, my friend. Your support means the world to me, and it's great to see you. Lori Bly, DIY. Lori, it's great to see you as well. Really nice, and I'm glad you think it's a great topic as well. I think so too, because I feel like there's a lot of small YouTubers missing out on amazing opportunities with titles, with keyword research, because they don't really understand it. And that's not their fault. There's a lot of information out there that people share that sometimes isn't correct, or you know, people are unable to find the tutorial that really helps them focus in and shows them what they need to do. And this, what I'm going to show everybody today in vidIQ, this can really, this is really something that is possible to do with any niche, any topic. You can apply what I'll show you today towards coming up with your own incredible titles. So as an example for my channel, about a month ago, I really got kind of serious about getting back to my older style of content. But obviously, like, I've worked hard on really upgrading the editing and the quality, the video, the audio. I've really taken it to kind of the next step. And I've been working hard on that stuff for a while, but sometimes I look at it and go, okay, like, what topic should I cover? What do people want to know about? And I spent a lot of time really studying some of the big channels on YouTube and looking at how do they construct their titles, how do they come up with the things that they do. Now obviously, as your channel like takes off and you start making, you know, good money from your channel, you can invest a lot back into making better and better videos. And that's what Mr. Beast does. You know, he takes so much of the money he makes, and he's making a fortune, but he puts a ton of it, probably like most of it back into creating his content. And so I think that, as small YouTubers, we should take a page out of his book. And even though we may not have that income, there's lots of things you can do that can really set yourself apart. Look at your channel, compare yourself to other people in your niche, and then look at what are they doing and how can I set my channel apart? What can I do differently that makes mine a little bit more unique? For myself, there's thousands of people that do what I do. But like, honestly, every channel I've ever come across, they all do this. They sit here and talk in their video, and that's fine. But, I think one thing that sets my channel apart a little bit in that sense is the fast-paced, the energetic, and I do kind of the chops, the cutting positions across the screen, and I zoom in and zoom out. And there's not really anybody who does that style that I do, and I like that. I like that it's kind of my thing. It's doesn't mean someone else can't do it. It just means that I've spent a lot of time practicing that and honing in on developing my skills. And I have awesome subscribers like yourselves who've given me tons of feedback over time as to what you like. So, those are important things to remember. Suzanne, welcome, filming with me. Great to see you. Happy Mother's Day to you and to all the moms out there, including my amazing wife. I'm really happy that it's a nice day to celebrate moms across the world. And it's great to see you all. Frank, great to see you, my friend. Good morning to you too. Frank's out west, so he's a couple hours behind me, so for him it's the morning. For me it's the early afternoon. Frank, I just want to say a big thanks again. Frank sent me a copy of Daryl Eve's book, and I've started reading that, and it's really quite an incredible story so far, and it's really good. I think there's going to be even like new things that I learned from it as well. So Frank, thanks so much again for the gift you sent, my friend. I can't thank you enough for that. CJ, great to see you, my friend. CJ, the ball gamer. Great to see you, my friend. Super happy to see you this week, man. Notice I'm wearing the hat. Yeah, it's really good to have you guys here. I'm excited that you're here. Hopefully we'll get some more people joining, but we'll keep on going as discussing as we go. Today is also a Q&A as well as the Vid Iq live tutorial. So if you have questions, drop them in at any point in the chat, and and then at the end of the tutorial, if you have any questions as well, please ask. I know this is a big one for Alexia today, because this is something I think that she's really struggled with, and I know a lot of small YouTubers struggle with keyword research, knowing how to do it and how to construct titles. So the tips that I'm going to share today should help you to really create titles that are attention grabbing, that also allow you to combine elements of all the keyword research you need to actually get your channel and your videos discovered. Now, keep in mind, all of this is really good stuff, but if you don't have content, the quality and what people want to match everything else you do, it won't help you. You have to create really good, engaging content that people want, that is going to impact them, that's going to help them, with whatever it is, whether it's comedy, whether it's educational stuff, tutorials, tutorials on creating websites, whatever you do. There's thousands of niches and sub-niches, but you have to make good content. Because you could have the most amazing looking thumbnail, you could have an incredible title and do amazing keyword research, but if your video itself isn't very good, people are going to click away fast. And when that happens, YouTube will get the signal that people are not enjoying your content, and it won't promote your videos. So you have to kind of combine all these elements into one thing. So yeah, it's really important to do that. So when you guys see me looking to the side, it's just because I'm looking at the chat. I have the dual screen set up here, which is really nice. If any of you guys ever need help with setting that stuff up, it's in the works. It's going to be a while before I get to it because I have so many videos on the go that I'm making. But I am going to make an OBS tutorial video on setting up a dual screen setup if you want to do live streaming yourself. And it is a great way to really grow your channel. It's amazing to do it that way. Yeah, absolutely. Aliana's Kitchen. Ali, great to see you, my friend. I'm really glad you could make it this week. I know you've tried other weeks and there's been other things happening, so I really appreciate you taking the time and making the effort to come. That's awesome. It's great to see you. Yeah, and Suzanne saying, I can't wait to see your perspective. Yeah, and like I say, with the keyword research, with the titles, like I've spent a lot of time working on that. And then if you go into my channel, my content, you'll see, like, actually, let's just zip over there right now. Switch over to the browser here, and let's go into just into my channel. We'll put in my name. That'll help with a search on the YouTube search engine. And we'll just go to my channel, and you can see like really what I started doing again. I hadn't done it for a while, which is why you see my views were down for a few months. They're actually going back up quite a bit again, because now what you can see is I've actually started creating videos with titles that are super engaging. But not only is the title itself attention grabbing, I'm creating within each title 2, 3, 4, 5 incredibly good search terms or keywords that people are looking for regularly on YouTube. And when you do that, when you combine that, it's basically it's called view stacking, and you can combine elements in your title so that you make it super compelling, but that you create multiple really good search terms within that title. And that helps you get ranked and helps you get into suggested and recommended more. YouTube will push your content out more based on that versus just having the most generic title. So this one here that I had done on my YouTube shorts, it was a simple title, but YouTube Shorts Explained in 6 minutes is super attention grabbing. Now, believe it or not, like, within that, there's several keyword phrases that, really have a lot of search volume with low competition. And we're going to talk about that as we get into the vidIQ tool here, and I show you some stuff in there. Again, this isn't a full comprehensive vidIQ everything. This is specifically today focusing on the keyword inspector, the keyword tool research, because I think that's one of the most powerful things with vidIQ, and it will help you really develop your titles and develop, and we're going to talk about that. I did this one here, why your titles and thumbnails are essential for YouTube channel growth in 5 minutes. Do this, like, super attention grabbing. And I have, again, multiple keyword phrases within that title that are getting me views in different areas. And this one here, beating the YouTube algorithm in 2021 in 3 minutes. Again, there's 3 or 4 amazing keyword titles in there. So I'm going to show you some examples. And what I'd like from you guys today as well is, if you would like to look at a certain term, throw it in the chat there. And maybe you have a keyword tool, 1 or 2 words, and you want to see what can we build around that, right? Like, let's do some just off-the-cuff examples. Maybe there's something we can come up with. If you want something specifically for your channel, let's do that. So let's switch back over to the other view here. Yeah, so how are you guys doing? What has this been an issue for each of you? Like, have you guys found that this is something that is a challenge for yourself? Are you finding that it's going well? Like, what are kind of challenges and struggles have each of you been having? Because I always love to know that stuff, so we have stuff, to discuss. Lewis, welcome, my friend. I'm super happy to see you, dude. Metal Mask Off is my good pal Lewis. He has been with me since pretty much the start of my channel. So awesome to see you, man. I know you probably can't watch the whole stream just because of your limitations with your data, but I appreciate you taking time to come and watch, Lewis. It means a lot. You know, I hope you're doing okay, my friend. Yeah, so let's see. Alexi is saying it's funny because TubeBuddy and vidIQ have totally different results. Yeah, I know. It's actually really frustrating, the differences between vidIQ and TubeBuddy, because you'd think like if one of them is telling you something's good, the other one would kind of match that. And so many times it doesn't. What I've found for me personally is that I find vidIQ to be a lot more accurate than TubeBuddy. I've actually seen other content creators who use TubeBuddy who've said many times, like, you don't just go by what it's telling you on the screen because it's not entirely accurate all the time. I find vidIQ to be a lot more accurate. And, you know, I used TubeBuddy for a long time. And then, you know, you see my results over the last number of months weren't great. And now I started using vidIQ with the YouTube Shorts update video about a month ago, or I guess 3 weeks ago. And since then, my videos, I've been doing all of my stuff through vidIQ, and my views are a lot higher. My click-through rate has gone up a ton. Like everything is, and a lot of that is also my titles, the keyword research, but combining attention-grabbing details. So what I talked about in the video recently was those power words, and we're going to talk about that too, because those power words are so important. You know, you can make a title video like, and I'm going to show you, the first one I'm going to show you is actually Canva Pro, because I actually have I've made an awesome video coming out in a couple weeks on Canva Pro. It's a tutorial, but it's like, you guys are going to love it. And, you know, I could just have put, Canva Pro tutorial, and it's such a boring title. People are like, eh. But the title that I've designed around it is super attention grabbing, and when people see it, it's going to make them want to really click on it. So yeah, Alexia, personally, yeah, there's differences between them. They don't always agree, but I find vidIQ to be a lot more accurate. Frank says, I need to improve in this. I need to improve in this area. Constant improvement. Absolutely, Frank. All of us, myself included, like, always work on continuing to improve. Like the last few videos you've seen on my channel, now the next few videos are going to be even better, and the few after that, because I'm working on improving my editing and everything, and making it even more engaging. And I'll tell you too, guys, like, I'm actually going to make a video on this as well. An updated video on why you should really get rid of the introductions in your videos. My older videos almost always would get between 30 to 40% retention. Now, the videos that I made in the last 6 months, the sit-down podcast style, they weren't very popular for my channel. They didn't help me at all. And the retention on most of those was between 20 to 30%. I think it was, okay, the video's too long, people aren't enjoying this as much. And I had a lot of people tell me, oh, dude, I wish you'd get back to your old style. So after a while, it took me a while, but I finally listened. Now, I got rid of the introductions. I'm sure you all noticed that my video literally is bang into the content, and I cut right into the content. I have a little overlay to say my channel name and stuff, but I'm not sitting there now wasting people's 40 to 60 seconds talking about my channel and subscribe and blah, 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 blah. People aren't interested. And I'll tell you, the last 3 videos, no, sorry, the last 4 videos, the retention on them has been amazing. Like 60 to 70% on every video. Now, my one that was really short, my new welcome channel trailer, that one was like 90%, but it's a 1 and 19-second video. So I don't really count that. But the last 3 videos that have been like kind of full-length videos for what I make, their retention on them has been phenomenal, and it's been a steady, like a very slow decline. Whereas I look at my old content, and you'll see right in the first 5 to 10 seconds a massive drop, and that's because I would go to a very long-winded introduction, and then the rolling introduction screen, and then coming back and talking for another 20 seconds about, you know, my channel and subscribe and blah blah blah. People know. They already know if they like the content, they're going to subscribe. They already know if they like it, they're going to like the video, they're going to comment. Like, you don't have to tell people that stuff at the start of every video. And I think that's something that a lot of content creators are overdoing, to the point where it's hurting their retention. And the last 3 videos for me, my retention has been so good, and I've been getting a lot more views, a lot more push from YouTube. So that's something we're going to talk a lot about in the future as well. Ali's saying, lately I see that I rank for my keywords, but the views don't match. Yeah, and a lot of that could be, Ali, as well, that, you know, you might be ranking well for something, but if it's not getting a ton of searches each month, this is what I love about Vid Iq, is Vid Iq will actually tell you exactly how many people are searching for it on a month-by-month basis. Now, if you have a keyword you're ranking number 3 for, that's great. But if there's no searches on it in the month, it won't bring you any views. If you're ranking number 10, but there's 75,000 searches a month, that's a lot better than ranking number 1 or 2 or 3 on something that people aren't looking for. So vidIQ, like you're going to see today, vidIQ can really show you. And what I love with the vidIQ tool as well, and we're going to jump into it soon here, guys, but what I love with it is that it literally will show you, you know, multiple other terms that you can build into your title that will also show you what views and what competition is on them. So you can really focus in, like the keywords and the tags that I have in all my videos now. There's nothing anymore for my videos that people are not searching for each month. Doesn't mean it always ranks in every category, but it does help YouTube really push you to the right audience. So that's something really huge for sure. Thanks, Lewis. Lewis said it's awesome to see you and you're looking fantastic. Thanks, my friend. I really appreciate it. And I'm glad to have you here too, man. It means a lot to me. Frank said, interesting. I'm using TubeBuddy. And Ali uses TubeBuddy. I know a lot of people use TubeBuddy. You know, I had the same struggles with it for sure as well, guys. So Alexia is saying she wants to find a title for her new video. So yeah, we can absolutely try and help you with that today, Alexia, for sure. Let's jump over into the page here, guys. And I want to kind of show you the kind of just the initial layout. Excuse me here while I just have a sip of water. We all know that I struggle with coughing every week. So now, you see my channel page here, okay? Over on the left-hand side, when you have vidIQ installed, it tells you up in the top bar here a number of statistics, okay? And we're not going to dive into all that today because I think, honestly, like I could do another vidIQ walkthrough another week that goes through a lot more of the features. Today, I really want to help you guys with building great titles, attention-grabbing titles, using the keyword tool because it's so powerful. It really helps you leverage that power that can get your videos seen by more people. So once you install vidIQ, you have over on the left here a number of different things you can do. And like I say, we're not going to dive into everything today. The main thing we're going to look at today is the keyword inspector here. And when we bring that up, you immediately get this this box that lets you type in, if you want to, up to 5 keywords, but I usually just do 1 at a time so that I can keep it simple and build out a title around that one specific keyword. So the first example I wanted to show you guys was Canva Pro tutorial. Okay, so we punch that in, we hit enter. Now, the first thing you're going to see is Canva Pro tutorial gets almost 48,000 searches per month, and it has low competition. Okay, so what you want when you're looking at your keyword tools is you want as low a competition as possible, either low, very low, and you want as low as competition as possible with the highest overall score possible, so that gives you a really good opportunity to get your video seen by more people. So the video that I actually have coming out in a couple of weeks, I've actually made this amazing Canva Pro tutorial video, and I did all this research. That's why I'm showing you this, because this has so much power built into it, okay? I'm not going to tell you my whole title because honestly I can't remember it right now, but I built an amazing title around it that's super attention grabbing, but has these terms built in, right? So when you look at Canva Pro Tutorial, okay, it gets a lot of searches and it's low competition. Then you have Canva Tutorial, which has low competition. It's actually got an even better score and it's got a lot more search volume. Okay, you have Canva Pro Tutorial for Beginners, which has low competition, not a ton of searches each month. If you divide that out into a month, it's not a massive amount of views each day. It's maybe 40 or 50 searches a day. But if you rank for that and you pull in 2 or 3 or 5 views from that keyword, that's really good. Of course, Canva itself. Now, one thing I love is that Canva is actually a super popular software. It gets used a ton, but there's not a lot of people who make a lot of videos on it. Okay, so Canva itself, it's getting almost 1 million searches per month, and it's got low competition. It's actually a really good one to optimize my content for. Now, how to use Canva, Canva Pro. So essentially what you're doing is you're building out a title using a keyword phrase like this, and you're using a lot of these other ones as your tags. Now, when you're building your title out, you could do super basic and it's not going to help your video very much, right? So if you just literally put Canva Pro Tutorial as your title, well, that's not very attention grabbing. People are going to see that and be like, oh, like, okay, but what about it? Like, it doesn't look that interesting, right? Especially if the thumbnail isn't very good or it's really generic. Like, there's so many generic looking thumbnails and you can tell like the person doesn't seem to have really put in the effort. So what you want to do is you want to create an amazing title around that. And you want to use power words and numbers. So for example, something I could do with this term Canva Pro Tutorial is I could put in my title, the best Canva Pro Tutorial on YouTube, and then in bracket, and then say the video is like a 4-minute video. I can say in 4 minutes. And the nice thing is people know that, oh man, this is going to be it psychologically puts in their mind, this is going to be an amazing tutorial. And look, I can learn this in 4 minutes. I have 4 minutes. And when you want to put in brackets something extra that's really powerful, either this is how, or, easy, or explained, or something powerful that conveys to people, bam, like this is how, this is how I'm going to do it. And it's not as hard as I thought it would be. Hey, I can learn this 4 minutes. This is an amazing video. I learned everything I need to know in 4 minutes about how to do this. So that is a really powerful way to build a title that's going to get you multiple searches. And so, you have Canva Pro Tutorial, right? Well, you have Canva Pro Tutorial, you have Canva Tutorial, you have Canva, you have Canva Pro, you have multiple keyword phrases, like 4 or 5 incredible search terms here on the screen built into just this one little phrase. And that can help you really get out in front of a lot more audiences. This is why you need to keep working on improving the quality of your video and audio and everything within your content itself. You want to make the video super engaging and dynamic for people, because that is how you want to make it aesthetically pleasing. You want to make it really interesting. I know a number of you guys have channels that are like that. They're really like if you go to Ali's channel, the videos are very aesthetically pleasing, very nice music and sounds, and like this so bright, right? And, if you go to, other people's channels as well, you'll see this as well. If you look at mine, I've gotten quite a few compliments on my background, right? Now that I'm really using that and utilizing that in the lights, right? You go to other people's channels and you look and you see, wow, they've got this great depth, right? You have to kind of work within what you've got, right? Like I don't have a big room, so I can't have, that blurry kind of a bokeh background where the video's here and it's like a long space, right, where you have this nice blurry background. I can't set that up in here. So what I do to try to compensate for that is I have like some kind of nice lights, and I try to make a nice aesthetic looking backdrop. And all of these elements that you utilize will help you set your content and your channel apart, so that when people see that great thumbnail, that very enticing title, they click, they're going to stick around and watch. And so I think that, this is an area that a lot of small YouTubers are missing out on. And the keyword research tool, it seems confusing, but it's really not. Once you create a couple of titles this way, like, it becomes like second nature. And then you're immediately thinking of all your ideas. How do I create an awesome title? And what I would suggest is don't create your content and then come up with a title after. Make your content based on your title, because one thing that YouTube will do that will help you get in front of even more people, this will optimize your video even better, is as soon as you have your amazing title, okay, you know what you're going to do, you're going to film, you know what you're going to do in terms of your filming. When you come into your video, you need to state, like, within the first 5 or 10 seconds, exactly the title of the video. It's got you stating the title, which has your keyword terms built into it, because YouTube can listen to your video. It knows what your video is about based on what you're saying. And it will reward those videos. If you optimize it this way, it will get you in front of more people, because YouTube will immediately know where to put your video and who to put it in front of, right? And if you make a video that is like a title like Canva Pro Tutorial, and then you start your video and you don't even say Canva Pro Tutorial in the whole video, and at some point you go off on a tangent talking about, Adobe Photoshop, well, now you're just confusing YouTube. You're confusing the algorithm, and it's going to punish you for it, because it's going to say, hang on, the title says this, but they're talking about this, and you'll end up basically losing out, because YouTube won't promote your video. To optimize your video, you need to state your title within that first few seconds. So you'll notice now in my new videos, I'm back to doing what I used to do. I immediately come in and I'm like my last video, it's like, bang, I'm going to tell you exactly how to beat the YouTube algorithm in 2021 in 3 minutes, and let's go. And it's like, boom, it's immediately there. YouTube now knows exactly where to put my video. And that's something that a lot of YouTubers don't realize that is the case, but it's something that we all should be doing to optimize our videos. So let's jump over here, guys, and see if there's any questions on that so far. I do want to use 1 or 2 of your guys' terms as well, so that we can help you out with that as well. I know Alexia wants to do that as well. And let's see some of your guys' comments. I think there was a couple that I wanted to answer that I missed. And let's see here. There was one I wanted to answer from Suzanne. Suzanne said, I stopped asking people to subscribe and I found they still do. Yeah, absolutely. I have not been asking anybody in my last few videos. I mean, at the very end, I just say, like right before the end, I say, be sure to like, share, and subscribe. But it's like, it's not throughout the video. There's no overlays anymore. There's no there's no 20 seconds long at the start asking people to subscribe. People know at this point. And if they like it, they're going to subscribe. And if they don't, they're not going to. But I think that's an important key as well, Suzanne, for sure. Let's see. Frank is saying, reminding people to hit the like is important because they can forget. Yeah, and that's true. That's a very good point. I know there's times I've loved somebody's video and I realized later, I'm like, oh, I didn't like their video. And liking is a metric that YouTube uses to know if people actually are enjoying your content. It's not got a massive weight to it, but it does have some bearing. And it can definitely let YouTube know that people are liking it, and that can help promote your video even more. So I usually mention it right at the end now. I say be sure to like, share, and subscribe, and then it goes to my outro screen. I think the outro screen is still good because people might click off, and that's fine. But, the outro screen, at least you're still showing them the next videos, and so that's an important tool as well. Let's see. CJ. it's pretty cool watching vidIQ videos. Yeah, vidIQ makes amazing content. I know they don't make a ton of money from their stuff. I think they haven't monetized a lot of it. But vidIQ is, their videos are great, and they do live streams a couple days a week as well. They often do live channel reviews like on Tuesdays and then another topic on Wednesdays. They're really fun to take part in as well. You'll learn a lot of stuff if you go watch them. Allie's saying she has to sign off, but she'll watch the rest later today. Thanks so much, Allie. I really appreciate you coming for the first half hour or so, 35 minutes. That's amazing. Thank you for that. Really grateful to have seen you. For anyone watching the replay after, thank you as well for taking the time to watch this. I hope that it helps you learn. I hope that it helps you figure some things out as well. Let's see. Lewis says, 8 are watching, but there's only 7 likes. Smash the like. Yeah, that's why I have my smash the like button pillow in the background. I don't need to tell people to subscribe and smash the like because it's there behind me all the time. It's like subliminal, right? Let's see. Now, Alexi is asking a really good question here. Is using capitals in the title helpful, or does it matter? Yeah, absolutely, Alexia. A lot of times people will do titles like they'll just capitalize the first letter, and then it's kind of like, think of it from your own perspective. If you see a title like that, and then you see a title that has 2 or 3 key elements or key words in that title that are capitalized, psychologically, especially when you do this with a power word, psychologically, it makes you want to click it a lot more than when it's just a really basic title or a small case title that they don't even bother capitalizing. So, for example, when I say like the best Canva Pro tutorial on YouTube, do this, or this is how, or whatever, I would want to put like best, because it's a powerful word, in capitals, and then Canva Pro tutorial on YouTube, and then in the brackets, my power phrase, I could put Canva Pro explained. I do that in all capitals so people can be drawn to the specific words in the title. It psychologically works, right? They see best and they say Canva Pro tutorial and they see Canva Pro explained in capitals, and they immediately want to click because they go, well, this has to be the best. Like, it just psychologically can really get into people's minds. And that's a big part of YouTube that a lot of people don't talk about, is that psychological aspect, right? So yeah, absolutely. Capitalizing keywords within your title is really important. And we'll do that actually in an example here in a minute with a key phrase you want to use, Alexia. We'll do that in a minute. Suzanne is asking me, do I get the boost plan for vidIQ? No, Suzanne, I don't. I just have the pro account because the boost accounts are super expensive. And for a channel my size, like, it's not worth it. If I made thousands of dollars a month, it would be worth it because it gives you like some really good advantages as well. But overall, no, even the free edition can help you with the basics. I highly recommend the Pro Edition. And if you guys want to try it out, it's free to try out. If you do sign up for it, I have a link in the description, and I have a link in other videos as well that you can use to sign up for vidIQ. It would basically, it's like a commission or an affiliate program, and that would help me out a lot if you do decide to sign up for it. But there's no pressure because you can try it out for free and see if you like it first. I absolutely love it. Let's see. Oh, and Frank, I didn't even see your question, so I just answered that. That's great. Yes, I do have the affiliate link, and that would be great. Yeah, if you do get it, that'd be amazing. If you go into any of my previous, like, last 8 or 10 videos, I have the vidIQ link dropped in there now. So after this live stream's over, I will go in and drop it on this one as well. But if you want to go into a previous video and use that, you're welcome to do that as well. All I need basically is like a video of mine to go crazy viral and have, you know, like 100,000 views, gain tons of new people, and have, you know, have 100 people go and sign up for that, and that would make a huge difference for me. And while I'm dreaming, but yeah, thanks for asking that, Frank. I appreciate it, my friend. Jeff Dragon, welcome, my friend. It's awesome to see you, dude. I remember seeing you a couple weeks ago. Really nice to see you. Liko Moon, great to see you as well. You've been here quite often. Appreciate that. SK, great to see you here again, my friend. Super happy to see more people joining in. It's great. I love being able to chat with you guys and converse with you guys. It's always awesome. And Jeff is saying, I always capitalize the letter L when it's at the beginning of a word, whether it's at the beginning of the sentence or not in my title. L looks better than the capital L looks better than the small L. Yep, that's a really good point too. Even like that, like psychologically, right? Yeah, Liko, don't worry that you're late. That's totally fine. It's all good. I'm grateful for any time that you come and spend. Yeah, and Jeff is showing a title example saying grocery shopping is more efficient when you bring a list, and he capitalized the L because, yeah, it does stand out more for sure. I always capitalize every word in my title, and then you know, with the first letter, and then what I often do is I take those power words and I make them all in caps. You don't want to overdo it. You don't want to have a title with like 10 words in it and you're capitalizing 8 of them, because then people just feel like you're screaming at them. But you want to capitalize those 1 or 2 or 3 really key words in that title. And Suzanne saying, yeah, I saw the boost plan was really pricey. Yeah, I think, Suzanne, like it would be worth it for a channel that was making thousands and thousands of dollars. But for most of us who aren't at that stage yet, it's not worth it. The pro account, you actually, if you sign up for the year, you get 3 months free. So instead of $120, it's $90. It's a really good price, and the features it gives you are amazing. I think for another live stream another day, we'll do that where we dive into looking at the other features. You can have like it does a channel audit for your channel and shows you tons of statistics and data in there, and it tells you great times to post for your content. Like there's so many other tools built into it as well. You can set up competitors, trend alerts for topics. It shows you other trending videos and how many views per hour they're getting. You know, this can give you ideas of content you can create as well. So there's a lot as well. And then your vidIQ Academy, there's tons of videos and training videos on how to do tons of stuff with vidIQ. Like it's not just like, you know, get the program and then like, you know, you don't need to know anything. I mean, you can spend a long time watching those videos and learning a ton as well, but it's worth it. It's really worth it because it does make a big difference. And I'm glad you're still here, CJ. That's awesome. Lewis, thanks, my friend. It's always a pleasure having you here as well. Liko says, does making series help in YouTube videos? Yeah, absolutely, Liko, it can. I think if you're in gaming, right? So if you're in gaming, I think that, you know, if you're a big gamer, you can easily transition between games because people are coming for you. Like if you're a personality, you know, you're almost kind of like a YouTube celebrity if you have millions of subscribers as a gamer or any niche really. But you know, I think that if you make, as a small content creator, I think, you know, as a gamer, it's tough, really tough and slow. And I think CJ can probably attest to this, how slow it is when you're doing different game. Like, to really grow your gaming channel early on, you really need to niche into one game or one specific category, but choose the very popular games within that category that will get you views. So, you know, for example, if you really are into like zombie games, you know, maybe you want to play different zombie games, but don't pick a zombie game one week, and then, you know, like a Mario game the next week, and then, you know, Banjo-Kazooie the next week, and then back to a, a zombie game, and then, and then you do like a platformer, and people will not stick around because they might have come for that one video and realize you don't have a lot else like it, and they don't like the other stuff. What you want to do to really grow in that way is you want to focus on, of course, making great titles and having great thumbnails, but focus in on that one specific game, or really focused in on the niche. Like if you're going to do horror, but pick the popular horror games, that people are looking for. And so as an example, let's just take a quick peek here. If you were into gaming, for example, and you wanted to do, specifically horror related games, well, I know one of the huge games right now is Resident Evil. I think it's number 8, right? So let's check out, if I can type here, guys, Resident Evil. And let's look up that keyword here, and you're immediately going to see, okay, crazy search volume. Yeah, I was right. It was Resident Evil 8, right? And there's high competition, but remember, you don't necessarily need to worry about this specifically all the time if the overall score is really good as well, because you can create content based around this that will help you break into the category and get views. Now, what I wanted to kind of show you as well, which is I think something a lot of people don't do enough of as well. Let's just close the keyword tool for a second and go to the search box here, okay? Now, this is a way to really leverage power of keywords and finding a keyword phrase for your title that will work really well. So let's punch in Resident Evil. Okay. And you see here all the search terms that automatically pop up when you do Resident Evil. Now, these are the searches from most popular at the top down to the least popular at the bottom. These aren't the only search terms. These are just the most popular ones that populate at the top of the list. Okay? So, if you know you want to make a video on Resident Evil 8, well, if you go to make Resident Evil 8, okay, you're going to see that your volume is super high, but there's a really high competition. It's a lot easier for you as a small channel to break in with the lower the competition. So you want your score to be in as high of a position here as possible, right? So you look at it and you go, okay, Resident Evil 8, right? You've got all these big channels you're competing against, right? Like 12 million subscribers, 2.6 million subscribers, right? You're battling against, these giant channels, right? You need to try to break in where there's not as much competition. So if we take Resident Evil 8, okay, and you see now that you have other terms popping up here, these let you specifically go into more a more niched down, more refined keyword phrase. Okay, so you have now, instead of just Resident Evil 8, you have Resident Evil 8 trailer, gameplay, ending, demo, review, walkthrough. Maybe you're a channel that does walkthroughs, gameplay walkthroughs. Okay, maybe you want to make a video on all the bosses. You want to do, maybe you want to make a parody of the one of, like, say, Resident Evil 8 Markiplier, right? Like, you can really hone in on this. So let's do Resident Evil 8 walkthrough, okay? And we're going to see now that the volume on this is still, in terms of search, is still really good. And look, there's even lower competition on this now. So now this is telling you that this could be a much better keyword phrase for you to target and build your content around because there's a lot less competition. But you might want to take it even a step further, and this is something a lot of people don't even do, right? You now want to start working your way through using the alphabet. And this is going to let you really start to focus in on maybe a video topic and title and a theme for the video. This is why you need to do your keyword research before you make the video, because if you make the video and you don't mention the keyword phrase in it, you're not optimizing your video for YouTube to help you find where it needs to put you. So let's say Resident Evil 8 walkthrough, and you start with A. You see what comes up with A. Okay, so maybe not a very good one there, Android, Arcadia. Okay, but you go back and you go to B, okay, and you go to C, and you go to D, and you go to F, etc., etc. And these can give you even better keyword phrases that you could target. The more you can specifically target a lower competition keyword phrase and use that in your title, the more it is going to help you. So let's say you decided Resident Evil 8 walkthrough full game, okay? And we are going to see, I don't know why it's not coming up for us. Of course, let's just reload the page here. All right, there we go. Okay, now you're going to see actually in this case, this is not as good of a one to target, right? Because it's got such a high volume, which is great, but the competition is even more difficult, okay? So you can say, okay, well, maybe we could build out something around Resident Evil 8 walkthrough, right? That seems to be a pretty good term that we could rank for. So let's take this, copy it, and let's go back into the keyword inspector, okay? So we have that come up. Now we're going to drop in our keyword and we're going to search. And now you're going to see exactly how many people are searching for that term each month. This is on a rolling 30-day basis. So it might go up or down a little bit each day, but it's on that rolling 30-day basis. And now you go, hey, I think I can make that. I'm good at the game. I've played through the full game. I could give people a walkthrough that could really help, really help people. And I think I can make something really engaging. 223,000 searches per month. Like, you're talking like 8,000 searches per day. So if you can make it with this low competition and this good score, make this video and rank for it, you could get a lot of views from something like that. That's why as a gamer, you want to make games that people are looking for, that people are playing. If nobody is playing a game or searching for stuff, it doesn't matter if you make the best gaming video in the world on it, nobody's going to watch it because nobody's looking for that game. That's why you need to pick either one popular game and make that your channel. That's why the Minecraft players who do that do really, really, really well, because they're playing one game. If you play 7 Days to Die, make that your game. If you play, whatever it is, make it your game. Now, you can go by a genre as well. Like, you could do platformers, you could do horror games, you could do strategy games, but pick a niche and stick within it. Don't say, I'm going to do a strategy game one week, and then I'm going to do a platformer the next, and then I'm going to do a horror game the next, because the problem is you're confusing the algorithm, you're confusing your audience, and people are going to come in and go, this isn't what I signed up for, or I liked this, but I don't like any of the other stuff, and they won't stick around. They won't, or maybe they subscribed and then they're going to go unsubscribe when they realize that you're not doing what they want to see again. So that's something really important. So, Resident Evil 8 walkthrough. So you can build your title out around that now. So you could say, in brackets at the start, in capital letters, full guide, Resident Evil 8 walkthrough, and in brackets put in at the end of it, you won't believe what happens. And that is so attention grabbing, because people are like, oh man, like, I want to know what happens. What happens? I have to see this now. And so that is a great way to really pique people's interest. But you have to, again, make the video itself engaging. If you're going to be a gamer, you need to have a really dynamic personality. You need to create content where people come in and they're like, this is amazing. I'm excited to see this. Oh, I love this content creator because I know I can sit back and watch and they're going to be so entertaining, right? If you don't have that, you need to look at how can I develop that? Because you can learn those skills. Just because you don't have it right now doesn't mean you can't learn how to do that, right? If you go back and look at my early videos, and I told Tyler, great to see you, my friend. Tyler's here. Mother's Day breakfast. That's awesome, my friend. I was telling Tyler the other day, or a couple days ago, go watch my very first video. And he was like, and we were laughing because it's so bad. And and I appreciate his honesty. He's like, dude, you look like an alien. And it was funny. And I was like, yeah, because I literally was standing here stiff, arms at my sides, just like, and it was really like awkward. right? But I kept on making videos, and I kept on trying to improve, and I kept working on my editing, and I kept working on my skills. And now my content that I'm making now is way better, way further ahead than where it was, even like 6 months ago. My content now, I feel like I've taken to the next level, because I've been studying the big guys a lot. I've been studying Mr. Beast a ton. I've been studying the big guys in my field, in my niche, and seeing what are they doing and how can I improve my stuff. So you can make a title just like that now all of a sudden, and then when you're going for the other keyword phrases here on the screen, you've got Resident Evil 8 walkthrough, you've got Resident Evil 8, which is 12.1 million searches per month, but it's a good one to still target. You've got Resident Evil Village, you've got Resident Evil Village gameplay. Like, you can create a ton of stuff. Like, look at this one, RE8, just a simple keyword tag, RE8. 650,000 searches per month almost, low competition, great keyword score. Like, these are the terms you need to look for building your titles around, because these are how you're going to bust into those categories and actually get views. I was looking at a gaming channel last night, and it wasn't a massive amount of subscribers. I think he had about 8,000 or 9,000 subscribers, but the game he was playing was getting like 5,000 to 10,000 views every video for him. So he was growing his audience nicely, but every video, 5,000 or 10,000 views on 8,000 subscribers is phenomenal, right? Because he picked a popular game, right? And he was growing his audience that way. It's very smart. It's a lot better than picking games that are obscure, unless you're that huge personality. If you are the Markiplier, the Jacksepticeye, the Mr. Beast Gaming, one of the Vanoss Gaming, one of the big channels, right? They can pick any game. They can pick the most terrible game in the world, and they're going to get massive amounts of views because they are a huge channel. But for small YouTubers, no, you have to approach things totally differently. And that's how you can really do it. Let's see, what else? Let's switch back here, guys, for a minute or two. And then I want to do Alexia's term. Let's see. Tyler, great to see you, my friend. It's always awesome to have you here. NBL, that's okay, my friend. Doesn't matter that you're late. It's good to see you, my friend. I'm really glad you're here. Whether it's for 5 minutes or 20 or whatever, it's great to see you. Mage, great to see you, my friend. I'm really glad to see you here again, man. Mage had, if I remember correctly, Mage, correct me if I'm wrong, I think you had a video blow up for you like a year ago or so, a while ago. You were going along, it was slow, and then you had a video blow up and get like 200,000 views. If I remember correctly, that I'm hoping it's you. Maybe it was somebody else. I do remember somebody. Maybe it wasn't you, Mage. Now that I think about it, it wasn't. Mage has. How many subscribers do you have on your channel now, Mage? Are you like about 12 or 13,000 or so? And Mage is asking, can we work together somehow to grow my channel? Yeah, absolutely, Mage. If you want to reach out to me, my friend, go to my About page. My email's on there. It's just contact.timrose@gmail.com, and we can definitely discuss stuff like that. I am starting to offer services for people who want help really focusing in on how to grow their channels. I'm getting close to monetization. I still have a bit of a ways to go, but it's going very well. My channel's hopefully within about 2 more months going to be monetized, and I am looking at ways to start to monetize in other ways as well. I've given away a ton of free stuff over time. Obviously, all my videos are totally free, but if you do, as a content creator, if you do want to work with me specifically, then yeah, reach out to me. I'm happy to discuss what you're looking for, and we can discuss those terms privately. But yeah, I'd be happy to do that, Mage. It'd be great, my friend. So you reach out to me, contact.timrose@gmail.com, and I will be happy to discuss that with you, my friend. Let's see. Oh, and that's another thing I wanted to mention too. If you are doing like a gameplay walkthrough or whatever, you can have a super engaging personality and you don't have to put yourself on the screen if you're not comfortable with that. I think in a lot of ways people like that. Like if you see me switch to my other screen, I'm still keeping that small little box down in the corner where you can still see me, right? And you can do that for your gaming videos where people can see you and your reactions, right? And that's a good way for people to identify with you. But there are plenty of big gamers who don't do that. Like, you don't even know what they really look like, because they have such an incredibly engaging personality. And what I'd say is, for that, or any niche you're in, it doesn't matter, work on perfecting those elements of your personality, because everyone's different, right? Make your personality stand out in a different way than you see with other content creators, and that is going to help you get more engagement and views as well. Let's see. Lori's got to head out for now, but that's great. Thanks, Lori. I really appreciate you coming. AJ, welcome, my friend. Really glad to see you. I'm really glad you're here. That's awesome. Michael, that's okay, Michael. It's okay, my friend. Don't worry about it. Being late is better than not at all. So I appreciate you showing up. That's super. And Tyler's saying, yeah, picture in picture is the way to go. And I do like that when I see a gaming channel where you do see the gamer playing the game, because then you get that personal connection. And that's a big element on YouTube that's missing a lot of times. If you just hear a voice, people kind of disconnect in a way. But if they see you, then it can make a big difference. And it can make a big difference, especially if, and it's not fair to everybody, but especially if you happen to be a good looking person, that can really help draw people in as well. So if you are or aren't, that's okay. We're all we're all part of the human family, and we should support each other regardless. But it definitely can make a difference for sure. Mage is at 21,000, dude. That's amazing. That's incredible. Yeah. You're well on your way, my friend. I think like you can really put the push on, and yeah, let's talk privately on the side, Mage, and we'll if you're interested, we'll come up with a game plan for sure. Let's see here. Alexia, can you give me the keyword phrase or the term that you're looking for? Because I kind of wanted to do that as one more example. I know you were waiting for that. I'd like to do that for you just to see if I can help you. And then hopefully if you get a good idea of that title, that will help you with creating your other titles as well, that for your content that you're making as well. CJ says, one day I'll do a face reveal. Ali, welcome back. I'm really glad you could get back. That's awesome. We're going to do a keyword phrase here for Alexia in a moment, and see, see what keyword phrase we can build for her. Pelican, great to see you, my friend. Pelican has... I don't think I've seen you in the live before, my friend, but of course I've seen you in many of my videos from the past, so it's great to see you. Really nice to have you here, my friend. Pelican's asking, I have a question. I have a question on my thumbnails. Are my thumbnails and titles engaging? Could you please look? I can do that after, Pelican. Right now, today we're specifically doing keyword research and how to create a really good title based around that. But if you, like I was saying to Mage, if you want to reach out to me, use my email address on my About page. It's contact.timrose@gmail.com. And if you want to reach out to me, I'd be happy to help you out with that stuff for sure. Just for this live stream, I can't, because I need to keep us kind of on track. We're going to probably wrap up in about 10 or 15 minutes. And there's a couple more things I really wanted to show you guys. But I will absolutely do that with you on the side, my friend, for sure. Michael said, you said the point, if you're good looking. I'm missing that point. I have an ugly face. Oh, Michael, no, dude. Don't think that about yourself, man. Don't be hard on yourself, man. Let's see. Andre, welcome, my friend. Really happy to see you. He's an Andre. Yeah, perfect, my friend. Absolutely. That'd be great. Yeah, anyone who wants to reach out to me an email. I love hearing from everybody. And if you want to work with me specifically on the side, like I say, I'm starting to offer services, and I'm starting to put together different things and packages that people might be interested in. I'd love to work with people and love to work with content creators as well. Okay, my channel's still small, but I've been around for quite a while now, especially now with like the content I'm putting out and how I focused in and I'm really creating good stuff on my channel. I think that comes across to people, and and I can help you do the same for sure. Let's see. And Pelican, absolutely, my friend. Just reach out to me, and I will happily talk to you about that stuff privately. Let's see. Alexia, did you put in your keyword phrase yet? No. Okay. You work on that. Let's see what else. Tyler says, I need help with my next one. Trading to the boat. Yep. That's not sure if I should reveal it in the title. Yeah, Tyler, we talked about that a little bit. And I think it would be a really good idea for you to perhaps create intrigue and mystery with that one, and maybe leave it out of the title, and create a thumbnail that kind of is mysterious, that maybe it has an outline that's kind of in that shape, but it's maybe blurred a little bit, and create something like that that could, like, people could be like, oh, I wonder, maybe it's this, maybe it's that. I think that's really good. And if you create like a blurred image of an outline of a boat or something, where people can almost kind of tell, but not really, and of course, you know how to make awesome titles, but, and I'm happy to help you with that too. Then, that could be really eye-catching and really intriguing and something that could be really cool. And let's see, NBL says, today's topic, tags are only useful to serve the title if the tags cover potential typos people come up with. Yeah, and that's true too. Like, there's a lot of times where people mistype words, and a lot of times actually if you put in the mistyped word as a tag, it can actually get you views as well, because people are typing words fast, and there's common words that get letters reversed a lot or mistyped, and you can actually put those in as a tag, and it can actually get you in front of more people as well. So that's a great point to share, MBL. Thank you for doing that. Alexia says the idea is make fun of yourself. Okay, so that's your keyword phrase, Alexia, or kind of the idea you're looking at is make fun of yourself. Okay, so let's switch over here, guys, back to the browser. And let's get rid of Resident Evil 8 walkthrough here. And actually, first thing we'll do, let's jump into the YouTube search bar. It won't let me highlight that, so we'll just delete that. And Alexia is looking at essentially having a title that says make fun of yourself. So let's just type that in and see what comes up. Make fun of yourself. If I can actually type. All right. So when we type in, Alexia, make fun of yourself, the first thing you're going to see come up is that there's actually quite a bit of search volume on this, and there's really low competition. So that's really good. You're going to see the keyword score is actually really good as well. Honestly, if you're going for keyword phrases and tags, I wanted to mention as well, anything above a 50 is good to aim for. Anything where you start getting down to like 40s, 30s, 20s, they're not great ones to target. Because the competition is so high, and as a small YouTuber, it will be a real struggle for you to get in on them. So the higher the score is, the better it is for you. Now, I find a lot of the terms that fall within the kind of the 60 to 70 range are great ones. Obviously, higher, better, but a lot of them fall within the 60 to 75 range. So if you can get, multiple that are in that kind of 60, 65, 70 range, those are great ones to aim for. So this is actually really interesting, Alexia, because make fun of yourself actually has quite a bit of search volume. So if we take that term and we go back into the keyword inspector and drop it in here, okay, we're going to see, okay, so what we're going to see here is this is a super specific title that The search volume on it is decent. It's getting almost 1,100 searches per month, but it does have a very low competition score, and it's got a really good overall score. So this could actually be a very good phrase for you to build your video around. The only thing is there's not a lot of other keywords that specifically relate to this topic itself. So the problem you would have is if you made this, you'd really need to rank #1 to get your searches and your views from it, right? Because 1,100 searches per month is great. It's it's about between 30 to 40 views a day, but if you're not ranking for it, you're not going to be getting really any views for it anyways. So let's go back and look at what can we do with make fun of yourself. Maybe we could try, how to make fun. Okay, so we see how to make fun of yourself. Okay, and let's see what comes up. And this might have, okay, so this one again is low competition, decent search volume. Let's take that one and drop that in the keyword inspector. And let's see what we come up with here. Okay, so we actually have, it's a little bit better, a little bit more search volume, and low competition and a good overall score. So this one might be a little bit better to go for. Now, you can also use that other phrase that you had. So you'd have this one, how to make fun of yourself. You also had that other keyword term, make fun of yourself. So if you used this as your title, you've now view stacked into 2 different categories that both get about 1,100 or 1,200 searches per month. So now you can start to say, okay, if I want to make this video and I don't want to compete against high competition channels and videos, I could do something like how to make fun of yourself, which gives you 2 great keyword terms within it. But then we'll use the alphabet strategy that I talked about earlier. And let's put A, B, okay, and C. And you keep going through until you find maybe a specific word or an extra word that makes a keyword phrase that might have more search volume, or it might be lower competition. So you keep working your way through, and and you keep working your way through. Now, then you find a phrase. So let's see if we can find you one. How to make fun of yourself. Let's see. How to make fun of yourself. Actually, you know what? Coming up right at the top, that might be a good one. How to make fun of yourself examples. Right? Okay, so now you see this one has way more search volume, but it's got a lot more competition, and it's not a great one for you to target. If we take that and drop that into the keyword inspector, we're going to see here what it comes up with. So we're going to see that actually the competition is super high on this, but it's not a specific term that's really getting much search volume. So it's not the best one to aim for. You'd be a lot better off going with kind of what we looked at there, how to make fun of yourself. Now, how do you make that title interesting for the person coming in finding that video, Alexia? At that point, what you want to do is you want to really start to practice how to make attention-grabbing titles, okay? So you would take this and say, okay, this is a great keyword term, and make fun of yourself is a great keyword term. You can, of course, come up with other tags on making fun of yourself. It could be like, just mocking myself, or mocking humor, or things like that, where you get a lot of related keywords that you can then drop in as your keyword phrases. But this could be, how to make fun of yourself, and then you could have like a slash or a hyphen, or however you want to set your title up. And you could say, how to make fun of yourself, hyphen, watch me make a fool of myself. And then in brackets, you would put a capital letters, don't do this, or humiliating, or something that is like people go, oh, humiliating, this should be really funny. And how to make fun of yourself, don't do this, or, and it really starts to then people see that, and then they see like a great thumbnail and they go, I want to click. And that's how you could really create something great. If I were you, Alexia, and you want to make this video, I would say how to make fun of yourself, you know, and I would put like yourself in capitals, and then put like a hyphen and put, you know, humiliating, or, watch me make a fool of myself, and put like, fool in capitals, and then put at the end brackets with a capitalized word, humiliating. And people love to see people get humiliated. It's awful, but it's true. People love to see stuff like that. They love to see people getting, I mean, you ever go to the channels with, pranks and people falling and slipping and fails and stuff? Those channels do huge volume because people love to watch other people fail at things. It's funny, right? So that's something you could definitely do, Alexia, and I think that could fit your channel really well. That's another key too, is make content that fits your channel. It wouldn't make sense to make, if you're a gaming channel, it wouldn't make sense to be like, oh, watch me make a fool of myself putting on makeup. Like, people would just be like, what on earth? This has nothing to do with gaming, right? You need to stick within your niche, but you can come up with ideas that work within your niche using this very same method for sure. Now, I think I saw a couple more questions here, guys, as we wrap up in the next few minutes here. Hopefully that helps you, Alexia. I hope so. If you need more help or clarification, just as you always do, throw me an email and I will get back to you as fast as I possibly can. Frank has to leave. Okay, Frank, thanks for coming, my friend. Really appreciate it. We're going to be wrapping up here in a few minutes anyways. Mage, you email me. That's awesome, my friend. Let's see. Ali asked the question. Uh-oh. I think my battery died here, guys. I think my battery is dead. I don't know if you guys can still hear me. Can you guys hear me? Well, I think my battery died, guys, so we're going to have to wrap this up here very quickly. I apologize. Yeah, we had a glitch there. For some reason, the battery pack died on me. I guess I didn't have it charged enough, although it was pretty high. So we're going to wrap up here. I just wanted to answer Ali's question quickly. What are your thoughts on having alcohol names in your title? I know, Ali, that alcohol names obviously would be very appealing to people, especially if people are looking for a specific alcoholic drink. So I think absolutely go for it. As for advertising, I'm not really sure what the impact would be with that. That's something I might have to look into on the side, and then I can send you an email or a message to you and your mom and let you know kind of what the deal is with that. Guys, I really want to answer more questions, but the battery is dead here, and that's obviously, of course, that had to happen. Mage, thank you, my friend. I will get back to you in email as well. All your other questions, guys, please drop in the comments below after this video, and leave your comments, leave your questions, and I'll get back to you there. Next week, hope you can all make it as well. We're going to have more great stuff next week as well. We're going to do live channel reviews next week because we haven't done that for a few weeks now, or a month or so. We're going to jump into that. And yeah, I'm really sorry about the battery dying, guys. But thanks, everybody, for coming today. And I really appreciate it. It was amazing seeing all of you. Mr. Braza, thanks so much for coming, my friend. I'm really sorry about the ending there. Tyler, great to see you, dude, as always. Jeff, Alexia, CJ, NBL, Andre, Ali, Mage, Michael, Frank, Lico, all of you guys, thank you so much. I really appreciate everybody being here. And I'll see all of you guys on Wednesday with a new video. And then I hope I'll see all of you again next week for the live stream. So have a great day, guys, and we'll catch up and chat very soon.